So that is the first time that Ghostbusters has been back at Universal Studios Florida in a very long time. You may or may not know that when the park opened, there was where Race to New York is currently. There was a show called the Spooktacular. I think Ghostbusters Spooktacular. It involved that rooftop scene from the first movie and some special effects in the Ghostbusters. I don't remember if it included the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but I was about to say, I don't know if I said it, but because it's a live show, we're just going to go right into the spoilers because anybody can join us at any time. Anybody can join us at any time.
They're coming. They're coming.
So just being upfront about that. If we pre-record it, we don't.
Hi, John West.
Oh, hey, John.
By the way, that's Felix from the Palace.
Oh, wow. That goes way back.
Yeah. This is Bleach.
Still sporting the Felix, I see.
Yeah.
Cool. So, getting right into Ghostbusters, the castings are amazing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There's a couple of it's good enough, but like I've said before, they're limited to how many people apply. Now, a lot of people do apply, but like when you first walk in, one of the first scare actors you encounter is Janine. There's
who looks like Annie Potts.
Yeah.
And has a live mic and sounds like Annie Potts.
Yeah, which is amazing. So, I wonder if this is one of those times where like a scare actor, well, she wouldn't know. She couldn't. Well,
they do sometimes. It depends. It depends on what they need.
That might have been a special role because she needed to fit a character.
Yeah.
Like the dancers last year in New York weren't just people who came in and like answer this question. Oh yeah, you'll be a dancer in New York.
Yeah.
Oh darn, they can't dance.
No. They do look for special skills. So she might perform in the park all year, or maybe they I don't know, discover her somehow, but she looks like Janine from Ghostbusters.
I thought it was a recording. I didn't realize it was a live mic the first time I walked through because it sounded so much like the character.
But if you remember Ash vs. Evil Dead, there was this character with a live mic.
Yeah.
So I believe in Janine's case, or the character of Janine, that she needs to follow certain parameters to stay in character.
Yeah.
But like when I went through the house, someone behind me said, "Oh, we love you." She goes, "Oh, thanks. I've been here 2 weeks without a break."
Yeah. So it's probably more restrictive. Well, both of them are IPs, so they have certain restrictions on them. The funny thing is, well, we'll get to that when I talk about the classic monsters. But yeah, obviously, as you would expect, there are iconic scenes throughout the house, starting with when you first enter. It is the New York Public Library, which of course we have here a facade of.
Yeah.
Still in Universal Studios. That was for a little while. There was a show where Beetlejuice takes possession or possesses the Ghostbusters and makes them sing and dance, including Ecto 1, which, according to what I read, used to be a thing in the park for like parades and things, and then during one of the parades it crashed.
Ooh.
And they just kind of got rid of it.
By the way, fun fact, both of my show directors played Louis Tully in the old Ghostbusters show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's how long they've been with the park.
I might have been able to have gotten that role. I know Brett thinks that I would have been able to fill it. I just believe that if I could fill that role, it probably would have been back in May when I first wanted to apply, but then, things happened. So, a lot of other iconic scenes. Of course, the office, when they were trapping Slimer at first. A lot of amazing details and stuff like that. The Pepper's ghost effect when you walk through is kind of not so great. It's a little distorted, and you can see the pane of glass they're using. If you're not familiar with it for whatever reason, Pepper's ghost effect is when you take a projection or a video screen or something and then have a pointed at an angled piece of glass, so you see the projection, but you see something behind it, so it just looks like it's floating like a ghost. It's used a lot, and it's used in this house at least once. Yeah. It might be twice.
At least Slimer, the library ghost, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
But this house is definitely an A+ for me.
Yeah, it's amazing.
If you love the movie, and who doesn't like the movie?
Yeah.
I mean, really, the movie is a stone cold classic.
Yeah.
All the iconic scenes, all the iconic lines. Winston saying, "Man, I love this town." When Dana gets grabbed in the chair, the devil, the demon dogs or the gargoyle dogs.
Yeah.
The library ghost, the getter from Library Ghost.
A lot of books.
Oh yeah.
And the Dewey Decimal System the card stacks with slime.
Yes. Yeah.
I haven't been able to stay around long enough, but I know the librarian goes, shh. I don't know if she ever actually goes in full ghost. Probably.
No. She goes shush, and then when you go down, that's when they do the getter, and she pops out in the.
Okay. There's also a containment unit.
Yeah.
Which are in fact 2 of in the park. We'll get to that later.
Authentic proton packs, both hanging on the wall and on the scare actors, which are phenomenal. They told us, I'm a scare actor, so they told us that they worked very hard to get that excellent. My favorite part of the house, and maybe you can say your favorite part, is when you see Dana as the gatekeeper on the roof, and she goes, "There is no Dana, only Zool."
Yeah.
And then Louis Tully stands awkwardly, goes, "I am the keymaster," and then leaves again.
Yeah.
It's a perfect blend of like horror yet comedy.
And you would probably like it even more if I got that part.
Oh, that would be so. You just come out and go, "I am the keymaster," then just leave again.
But of all of the IP, when we get to your house, of all the IP this year, and Stella, all of the potential lines you could say, there's none fitting better than your line. We'll get back to that soon. Hope you like the. It's not as foggy as I thought it would be, but yeah.
It needs more water, but then it would be like.
Well, no, that's the maximum. It says don't put any more than that.
Oh, okay.
So, let's see the containment. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which I heard rumors that someone saw them bringing that in to the soundstage months ago. I was like, I don't know, but Hollywood kind of goofed and had put up the Ghostbusters on their website before they were ready to release it, to announce it, and they took it down quickly. But you know how the internet goes.
Mm-hmm.
Once someone takes a screenshot, it's done.
That's it.
Again, the library scene, which is really cool. I would love to do the Unmasking the Horror tour of that if I can take photos, because sometimes when we did it back in 25, you could take photos wherever you want.
Oh yeah.
Later that same year, they had problems with IP houses. Oh, hold on. Stella, come out here.
Come here, Stella.
Stella.
Come here.
And I don't know what happened, but they are more restrictive. So you might not be able to take out pictures of the Ghostbusters house. It depends on the studio. But I would love to take pictures of that house, especially the first few scenes with a library with all those books, just because I'd be curious what books they put in there. And then, a lot of other details besides that. But
I mean, when you pass through the house, you can kind of glance at the books.
yeah, but there's too many. There's so many. Again, Janine at her desk, just constantly talking, so and must be very thirsty at the end. And Winston, in his house, just like the movie, you don't see him until like halfway through the house.
Well, I mean, he joined the company after they started, so that's why he joins the movie.
But I don't know. I feel like he deserves to be with them from the beginning. But obviously, Ghostbusters 2, he was with them the whole time.
Yeah.
And side note, apparently, the Ghostbusters movie, which I wish they made before when they were all alive, when they were talking about it, apparently, what's his name? Ernie, is it?
Oh, Ernie Hudson?
Yeah, apparently he's going to be in the new Ghostbusters.
Oh, cool.
Because I heard that was maybe not going to happen, but there's a website I never heard of called Cameo that you can pay a certain amount of money and get a birthday wish or something from a celebrity, and that was someone's cameo.
Oh, that's cool. That's fun.
Unfortunately, it's not for promotional use because I wanted to have like a metal like drummer or someone do a promo for Rock Talk, but you can't do that. So the hot dog cart is another iconic scene where it opens up and ghosts fly out. Well, the hot dog cart is in the house, and you do smell the hot dogs cooking. Pretty strong as well.
Yeah.
The burn marks. Oh yes, when you see Slimer and the cart, the housekeeping cart with all the toilet paper and stuff, which has a little bit of a flame effect. Which last time I walked through the house, it wasn't working. But Stella. But in that scene, you do see the burn marks on the wall from when they used their proton packs and burned up the whole wall. So that's another awesome detail. I'm sure I'm going to miss a lot of details because there's so much. Also, the Janine is recording, and just the whole house there's so many details. As I wrote down here, much house, such detail. Wow.
No, this house really is a knock out of the park.
Yeah.
The Diz on YouTube were able to shoot in all the houses, and
yeah, a bunch of them did. Not me. They haven't been able to do that in years.
Yeah, but all the comments for the YouTube video. By the way, if you're all curious and you can't make it to Horror Nights, you can look up videos and live vicariously.
Yes.
So I wouldn't call this necessarily a scary house, but
As you figured it wouldn't be because
I mean the movie has scary moments, but it's not a horror movie.
It's generally considered a comedy.
Yeah, but all the comments are very positive about this.
Yeah.
And I agree. Like, this is a total A+.
And when you walk through, you hear audio from the movie, which is Casey Kasem.
Oh yes, it is.
Which is funny because we also have the Scooby-Doo characters, and Shaggy was voiced by Casey Kasem, which is, I remember when I first saw them, I'm like, the American Top 40 guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's on our top 40 list.
So, and then the library ghost, of course, again. But a lot of people, so Ghostbusters is my favorite house by far. And